Okay, we're in the epilogue and it's in the point of view of Cody, so let's get this going. When we decided to tell our story, I figured the benefits would outweigh the risks. I wanted to make the world a better place, not just for my family, but for all polygamists, worldwide. I wanted to show the public how wonderfully stable, loving, and caring my family is. I thought we might pave the way for a safer and more tolerant future for our community. Nevertheless, it wasn't a decision I made without careful consideration, prayer, and consultation with all my wives. I wanted to proceed with caution. I thought that in deciding to do a reality show, I would help to bring other plural families onto the open so they could benefit from the society and all the other citizens, and as all other citizens do. While I feel terrible if Sister Rose has driven any fundamentalism Mormons back into hiding, I do feel for my family, at least, that the benefits far outweigh the cost. The fact that my family can live openly is one of the greatest miracles I have witnessed in my lifetime, a miracle that I've never dreamed was possible until recently. I love that all my wives are accepted as my spouses. This has given us a great boost of confidence as well as made us a stronger family. Our move to Las Vegas changed my life irrevocably. I found overwhelming peace and tranquility with our arrival. I felt as if we had moved to a world of opportunity. To put it simply, I felt safe. But although I felt a new spiritual peace, we had sacrificed so much from our lives in Utah. The transition was for the best, but it was still difficult. Janelle and I had the thriving careers. We had moved away from the fellowship of our church and our dearest friends. We left behind the most wonderful home our family had ever lived in, and one of the safest communities in the country. Our children had done the same without sharing their parents' understanding about why. I was so shocked from the stress of living our lives during the 60 days before the move. During the move, I felt deeply bitter about the whole experience of becoming a public polygamist. Frankly, my own tolerance and open-mindedness meant I was naive about how living publicly would affect us as a family. Why did we leave? I'm a husband and father first. As a parent, my first responsibility is to keep my family safe. Our simple world in the sleepy town of Lehi, Utah became very volatile in the fall of 2010 during the investigation and stresses of our family becoming public polygamists. We no longer felt that our family was safe. By the beginning of December, all 5 parents agreed that our family would be better off in Las Vegas. By Christmas time, we told our older children. They were very upset by the news. At first, Leon was so opposed to leaving their home and their friends that they flat out refused to move. Finally, just 3 days before the move, we told the younger children. Some were excited, some were shattered. Peyton stayed in his bed for 2 days. It wasn't pretty, but we figured the collateral damage of our children's emotions was a small thing compared to some of the trouble and attitudes we were experiencing as a family in Utah. Our children did not agree that moving was the right thing to do. They did understand, however, that the family needed to do whatever's necessary to stay a family together. I do not believe they fully understood that the need to move away until we had been in Vegas for several months. We rented a temporary vacation house in Las Vegas for 30 days in order to stage an aggressive search for new homes from this shared location. We acquired the rental and made this agreement only days before we left Lehigh. We were literally living day to day. Life in the vacation home was a bit of a struggle. Everybody had become used to his or her own space and autonomy in Lehigh. Now I have 4 wives sharing one kitchen, and only having 4 bedrooms. There's no specific rooms for the children, so we placed older girls in the family room, older boys in the living room, and the younger children in the bedroom with their own mothers. Our first priority was getting the kids in school. We felt right at about a particular high school, so we needed to first find a hub in the specific school area. The school district does not allow transient enrollment into the school, so we needed to get a permanent address from which to enroll the children. We decided, for the sake of Robin's children, who weren't as used to living in such a big family and who had already moved so often in the previous 2 years, that we should find her a home first. We moved her just in time for the teens to start high school in January. Back in Lehigh, I had coined on our move to the Las Vegas vacation in order to keep our attitudes positive about the whole move experience. We had no idea how much work was cut out for us. We moved 4 complete households in a matter of 4 calendar weeks. The way we were out of the vacation home as a contracted and living in the school area we wanted, this move was exhausting. I felt as if we were constantly working to finish the production of the TV show for the season while documenting the whole move experience for the following season. We were working our tails off and still had the pressure to get jobs in real life going. In spite of the wonderful sunshine and beautiful sunsets in Las Vegas, everyone was a bit off. The elementary children, Dayton, Gabriel, Gwendolyn, Aurora, Isabel, Brianna, and Savannah, were adjusting very well to school. However, the right integration of our family culture seemed to be eroding in significant ways. Janelle and Christine had been running their household almost as if they were a single unit, and now they were living a half mile apart. Gabriel and Gwendolyn, who had birthdays 4 days apart, have grown up almost as twins, are no longer living in connected homes. The structure and help at the school that Christine had given Janelle's kids was no longer available. Our high school kids were welcomed warmly by their peers, but their hearts were still connected to Utah. Now our family was separated. One friend of ours suggested that we were experiencing something very similar to a divorce. We no longer lived together, and the adjustment was damaging to our well-being. As time went by while living in Las Vegas, other problems arose. Hunter, for some other reason, maybe out of love and loyalty to his football team in Lehigh, state runners-up 2 years in a row, refused to play football. He actually refused to even make friends. He seemed to sink deeper and deeper into depression as the summer came closer. Nobody knew what to do for him. His counselor at school told us not to worry until it persisted for 6 months. At least his grades remained good. All of these things shook our family to the foundation. I had only married Robin a year ago, and we're still getting used to being a family. Now we have to change everything again, working together as adults on more than just what our marriages and managing family matters. The move had all of us re-evaluating our relationships and individual identities. We had to clean house, emotionally speaking. We needed to detox our relationships and some of our deepest issues. The family needed to get well, both the children and the parents. While I reflect on the personal growth and development of our family over the years, I am pleased and overwhelmed. Getting to where we are now from where we have been has been a long process. I reflect back on my life and see how much we have grown from those immature places of years gone by, and wonder, will I be as pleased with our emotional growth and think, boy, was I immature. During the 16 years before Robin came into the family, married Janelle and Christine, I had a lot of growing to do. In the last 5 years before Robin entered the family, we really had found a very comfortable group. We were stable and generally happy. The children were well adjusted and very happy. Something was missing though. Our individual marriages and the sister-wife relationships were far from ideal.